People, you should come to see Blues in the Night because it's an incredible show. It's incredible music. I mean, this is our musical legacy, and the music is for grown folks. I'm just going to tell you, because we've got Bessie Smith numbers up in here, so Bessie Smith keeps it real. It's a wonderful group of artists. The music is just going to leave you feeling good. It's nostalgic. There are songs such as Lover Man, Blues in the Night, Willow Weep for Me, Lush Life, I'm Just a Lucky So-and-so. I mean, just really so much wonderful music, some of your favorite songs with a great band backing us. So, you need to come out and celebrate and to support theater. This is for us. It's something that's directly speaking to us and is created for the community. So we would love to see you in the house at our production. Hello there. My name is Karole Foreman. I play Lady of the World in our production of Blues in the Night at the Ebony Repertory Theatre. And if you want to know more about this incredible show that celebrates blues music, listen to this interview that is led by the formidable Mr. Buell Brown of Stage Explorations. Thank you for supporting theater, Buell. We love you. Over 33 years ago, I had seen the production at Los Angeles Theater Center when Sheldon Epps had put the production up, and the one that he directed. And Frida Payne was in it, Leilani Jones, Oba Babatunde, and Roz Ryan, who did the Lady on the Road. And I saw the show 3 times. I mean, I kept coming back. I couldn't get enough of this show. So, and I've been a huge fan of Sheldon Epps' work for many years. When he was the associate artistic director at the Old Globe Theater in San Diego, I met him when he had put on his production of Play On before it went to Broadway, and just, made it a point to try to see whatever, this brother was doing. And Sheldon has long been in the trenches in terms of, our visibility of African-American performers and artistry in the theaters, very quietly behind the scenes in an administrative position, I'm sure, fighting battles that we have no idea of what he went through, and was able to create such beautiful work. And so I consider it an honor to be a part of that legacy. So now, having the opportunity after all these years, when Wren told me about it in the summer when I was doing Lady Day up at PCPA, that he was interested in having me do the role, I said yes. Little bit about Blues in the Night. It's a story that is a celebration of blues music through the 20s and 30s, and it's told through the lens of these 4 characters, 4 African-American characters who are residents of a hotel that has seen more magnificent days. And they're all down on their luck. Some are performers off of the touring circuit. Some have found themselves, kind of falling on hard times and had to take a room in this hotel. So as they're individually revealing their stories to the audience through song. And there are songs by artists like Bessie Smith, and music written by composers like Arland and Ida Cox, and the like. So, it's a wonderful exploration of the history of our music, and kind of the predecessor of jazz, and it talks about heartbreak and loss, and but also a way through hard times. And blues has been that in the African-American experience for us. Blues was our antidote to depression and heartache and loss and trauma. At the time, we talk now about clinical depression and sadness, and we didn't have psychotherapy and counseling and Zoloft. We had the blues. So the blues is a way of transcending that pain. In Blues in the Night, I play a character, the Woman of the World. She's someone who's has lived a luxurious life, perhaps someone who's depended on male patrons to pay her way and to make life easy for her. And she's just come from a failed romance and has found herself back at this hotel, and she's still trying to hold on to these memories and this reminiscence about more luxurious times in her life. And I was inspired by performers like Lena Horne, and I saw Frida Payne do this role too, all those many years ago at Los Angeles Theater Center. And it was my first time really kind of seeing this representation of elegance and grace and this kind of statuesque strength and vulnerability. And I really thought that was remarkable to have a kind of an iconic character like that to emulate. So that's my inspiration for the Woman of the World. So I have the great pleasure of sharing the stage with some really formidable performers. So Vivian Reed is an iconic, legendary artist and performer. And when you come to see the show, you will understand why. It's a master class in performance. And she was nominated for a Tony for Bubbling Brown Sugar, for which she originated that leading role on Broadway. She's been performing all of her life, and you see the history, the profound artistry that is absolutely transcendent in her physical instrument and her voice. I mean, I should be so lucky to live so long and be performing at the level that she is performing at. It's really quite uh, extraordinary to witness that. Also playing the girl on a date is Jenna Gillespie Bird, who was recorded in Hollywood a number of years ago, that went to the Kirk Douglas Theater. And she is an exquisite performer. She's also a singer-songwriter. She's music directing a production of Tick, Tick, Boom that opened last weekend in Los Angeles. And we met through a musical theater writing program, actually, early in the pandemic. And now we have the opportunity to work together again. And my favorite part of the show is listening to her say, "Willow, weep for me." She's just got this pure, exquisite voice that just carries you away, and the simplicity and the depth of her emotional sincerity is really very moving. And playing the man in the saloon, we have PARRIS MANN, who has graced us with his presence. He was in a Broadway show, Black and Blue. Incredible tap dancer, actor, vocalist. And so the four of us on stage working together, singing this beautiful music with these really intricate harmonies is really wonderful to be able to sing this kind of music, and is really just a joy to sing with this company. And last but not least is the 5-piece band that we have on stage, some of the top musicians in Los Angeles, in the country, really. Our music director is William McDaniel. And for instance, the drummer, Clayton Cameron, I met in an acting class as well. And I haven't seen him because he was going off on the road to play with Tony Bennett. So he's been Tony Bennett's drummer all that time. And then we just reconnected during the show. And the other guys in the band, they're all top-notch studio jazz musicians. So you are going to love this music. It's a great band, and to sing and to listen to them play every night is really nothing but pure joy. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about our illustrious director, Mr. Wren T. Brown. I mean, he's become one of my favorite collaborators in this town artistically. It's hard to say no to Wren. If you know Wren, Wren has a generosity of spirit. He's a formidable artist, actor, singer in his own right. The love and the passion, as you yourself, you'll have for this art form, for the history of Black folks in America and our cultural and creative contribution. I see this as a vision that Wren has to keep this art form, our art form, alive and thriving, and to be able to bring in this group of artists to continue this tradition. He really is a wellspring of theatrical history, being from a long line of performers himself, and he's writing a book about his legacy. So it's really wonderful. I'm always learning something new and always growing as an artist working with Wren. It's been an extraordinary blessing to reacquaint myself and to work with and to be friends with Wren Brown. So I feel very privileged and honored. What I would love for audiences to come away with from Blues in the Night is just a sense of joy, a sense of comfort, a sense of celebration, knowing that things are going to be better. I think we've been through so much this past year, the past 2 years, really, because we're still not out of the woods, but a chance to really gather, to reconnect, to really find some hope in the circumstances that we find ourselves in. And that's just it. I think through the lens of the blues as being a way to acknowledge struggle, to acknowledge pain, to acknowledge grief, but also a reaffirmation that we're passing through it and that it is not a permanent state and it's not a permanent condition, that we will come out the other side of it, and that there are different ways of healing that may not be something that we expect, but it will still carry us through. So I really hope that the audience, and I know they will come through with the music and with the message, that they will be lifted into another place that's going to make them feel wonderful when they leave the theater. Well, when I'm performing Blues in the Night, what I'm looking for is every night I want to discover something new about the character, about what she's seeing, what she's hearing, what she wants in each particular moment, and also listening to the stories of the other characters, because we all, most of us, or I do anyway, stay on stage for the entire show. So it's wonderful, like there's a nuance in the way that someone shapes a note, or if there's Perry has a different kind of dance move that just kind of tweaks it, or listening for that sound of that clarinet that the two horn players, Fernando and Scott, play, or listening for that downbeat on the bass that Dell is doing during Savoy. It's just this beautiful oral experience every night. I'm always finding something new in the performance and the show that deepens my appreciation for what I'm doing. And I'm always just trying to be a better artist, to be a better singer, to find a new way of shaping my work. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for new discoveries and new ways to improve my own storytelling. Hello, my name is Karole Foreman. I play Woman of the World in our production of Blues in the Night at the Ebony Repertory Theatre at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center in Los Angeles, California. We would absolutely love to see you at the theater. Thanks so much.